Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
Pamela Hill fired as CEO of Bahamas Power and Light.
A popular Anglican church is robbed in broad daylight and church officials react.
Several males are brought before the magistrate's court to answer to murder and attempted murder charges.
Well, just in case you missed it, we've got full coverage of the solar eclipse. That and more in our news coming up.
Our news is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive. Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Vonique Tude. Topping news tonight, Pamela Hill is out as CEO of Bahamas Power and Light after serving in that position for just 1 year. BPL's board announced today it elected to remove Hill as CEO and director. Kyle Joaquin has been following the story and joins me now in studio with the latest details. What can you tell us, Kyle?
Well, Vonique, as you mentioned, Hill has only been with the company for just over a year, but she was informed this morning that her time with the company had come to an end. Pamela Hill has gotten the axe.
Power Secure, we were in discussions with them this morning, and under its right, they can reappoint a new CEO.
Hill was appointed in May of last year after U.S.-based Power Secure signed a management services agreement with the government. Osborne would not go into details as to exactly why Hill was let go. In a statement to a media this afternoon, Osborne also advised that the board has demanded that Power Secure pay up for money that went missing due to a vendor fraud scheme.
The board has instructed its legal counsel to demand reimbursement from Power Secure as a matter of accountability under the management services agreement. All of the funds that have recently gone missing due to the vendor fraud scheme, we've asked for reimbursement from Power Secure.
The fraud is still under police investigation. 3 BPL employees have been fired thus far, and Osborne says there will be more.
The investigation is ongoing, and there will be some more terminations.
Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquist has already said government has not been satisfied with Power Secure's performance thus far. And now Osborne says BPL has also called on Power Secure to live up to certain promises.
I can say that the board has also issued a letter to Power Secure for them to cure the deficiencies and the breaches per the management services agreement. And we've given them 30 days based on contractual requirements.
The public has yet to see the details of that agreement signed between the Christie administration and Power Secure. Osborne said it will be revealed shortly. Now, Osborne insists what's happening at BPL is in the best interest of the company and the Bahamian people at large. Back to you, Vonique.
Now, Kyle, before you go, did she say when others would be affected at BPL?
When we spoke to the BPL chairman, she would not say exactly when, but the investigation, it is still under investigation by police, and she said you can expect more terminations in the near future.
Okay, thanks so much, Kyle. We'll keep following this story for you. In other news, police are searching for 2 gunmen who stole a collection bag moments after Sunday Mass ended at St. George's Anglican Church. Jasmine Brown returned to the scene of that crime today and has the details.
Officials say the terrifying robbery occurred just after the morning service wrapped up yesterday as the church treasurer and other parishioners were approached by 2 gunmen who were hiding behind this garbage bin.
At what is considered to be one of the most shocking places, the most sacrilegious of crimes played out in the parking lot of St. George's Anglican Church. Police say it unfolded around 11:30 in the morning as the church treasurer was standing outside the parish on Montrose Avenue. Parish Administrator Adrian Archer says it appears the thieves knew exactly who to target and when.
Parish treasurer and a number of other people were exiting the church, and they were leaving to go and take the offering for the day to the bank. And 2 gentlemen with guns came from behind the garbage tin at the front of the churchyard and ran up on them.
Archer says the treasurer, realizing what was happening, quickly got rid of the bag.
Mr. Davies, who was the treasurer, was sensible enough to throw the money at them so that they didn't get to come up in their faces, thankfully.
Archdeacon of the East Central Bahamas and rector of St. George's, G. Kingsley Knowles, says he witnessed the robbery from across the church parking lot as he was counseling a young boy. Knowles says he looked up and saw the gunman approaching his parishioners. The clergyman says he has never experienced anything like this in his nearly 4 decades in the church.
Well, it says we're a lawless society. Anything goes, and people will try to do whatever they can do. There's no boundaries anymore. There's no privacy anymore. There is no private space anymore. So there's no sense of security anymore in society. And it's very, very difficult to even try to be effective because you're wondering whether someone's going to come to attack you. And so that's a very serious dilemma to be in. That's what we're faced with today.
Do you feel safe coming in and out of church now, or do you?
No, I don't. And I normally would have come back and forth. My office is attached to the church, so I spend long hours there in the night. But right now, I'm very, very hesitant about coming to the church in the night or leaving in the night because of its insecurity. You know, people invading your privacy. You know, and this has been a haven where people could come and feel relaxed and feel a sense of awe and wonder and feel a sense of God's presence and security, but it's difficult now.
Despite their fears, church officials say they are praying for the armed robbers who escaped on foot. As they say, they hope the gunman will have a change of heart and return the church's funds. Meantime, police are asking anyone with information on the robbery to contact them at 911, 919, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Police have arrested 2 men in connection with the alleged abduction of a woman that was captured on camera and widely circulated on social media. The minute-long video shows 2 males manhandling a woman as she clutches a fence before forcing her into the trunk of a car. According to police reports, officers received reports of an alleged abduction on Taylor Street around 7 p.m. on Sunday. Mobile division officers were immediately dispatched to the area and intercepted the Honda Accord on the corner of East and Taylor Streets. The 2 male occupants were taken into custody. Officers also searched the vehicle and found the woman hidden in the trunk. She was said to be in good health. Police investigations continue. A man has been charged in connection with a recent murder on Lily of the Valley corner. Giorgio Bain reports.
A 30-year-old male faces 2 hefty charges here in the magistrate's court today: murder and attempted murder. 30-year-old Edison McQueen of Faith Gardens appeared before Assistant Chief Magistrate Shubu Solo Swain in the magistrate's court, where he was charged with murder and attempted murder. McQueen, seen wearing the blue T-shirt, is accused of the August 5th murder of Terrence Darling. Police were called to the scene of a shooting at Lily of the Valley corner off East Street, where they discovered 2 men with gunshot wounds. Darling was taken to hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. McQueen was also charged with attempted murder of the second male, Camille Bain, who was rushed to hospital in stable condition. McQueen was not required to enter a plea, and his case will be fast-tracked to the Supreme Court by way of voluntary bill of indictment. While addressing Swain, McQueen requested to see a doctor, alleging that he was beaten by police at the Central Detective Unit and said that he had the bruises to prove it. Swain ordered that he see a doctor. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections and returns to court on October 3, 2017. Reporting for Our News, I'm Giorgio Bain.
And in other news from the courts, a 35-year-old man was sentenced to 4 years behind bars after he pleaded guilty to firearm-related charges. Franklin Stubbs of Monger Adderley, seen here wearing the light blue T-shirt, was charged with possession of an unlicensed firearm. It is alleged that on August 19th, Stubbs was found in possession of a black and brown rusty AK-47 with a destroyed serial number. He was also charged with possession of ammunition. He was allegedly found with 10 live rounds of 7.62 ammunition. Stubbs is also accused of being in possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, namely Indian hemp. Stubbs was sentenced to 4 years in prison on each charge to be served concurrently. Also appearing in court today was 18-year-old Henry Roll, seen in the black T-shirt, who was charged with possession of ammunition. It is alleged that on August 19th, Roll was found in possession of 2 unfired rounds of .380 millimeter ammunition. Roll entered a not guilty plea to the charge and elected to have his case heard in the magistrate's court. He was denied bail and will return to court on October 3rd. It's a feel-good story that eclipses all others. The moon had its day in the spotlight today as Bahamians rushed outdoors to catch the solar eclipse. April Sands has the story.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It's gorgeous. Really?
It's an exhilarating, shocking, and spectacular experience that brought thousands of people onto balconies, rooftops, and sidewalks, the moon blocking the sun's entire surface, creating a total eclipse. And considering no one in North America has witnessed a total solar eclipse in 99 years, this moment generated lots of excitement here and abroad. Given the dangers of looking directly at the solar eclipse, those of us here at our News took some homemade precautionary measures. So we're going to be making the solar eclipse viewer today. And as you can see, we have everything here from the cereal box with cereal in it. That's tape, that's foil, a Sharpie marker, printing paper, and scissors. This all goes hand in hand for our viewer today. It was considerably an easy task, and while we were a little hesitant of the box giving us a full view of the solar eclipse, to our surprise, it worked. You can see it?
Yep.
Perfectly?
Just take a picture of it.
What looking for?
Just make sure the hole point at the sun. So
Okay, this hole.
Yeah.
The hole over here.
Yeah.
So where's the sun?
You have to line it up. You have to figure it out.
And we weren't the only ones excited for this celestial coincidence today. These Nassau Christian Academy students were well prepared for the event.
Very good.
We're also taking precautionary measures and keeping the kids indoors between the hours of 1 and 3. And for the kindergarten section, we've adjusted our windows to be at half mast because it's very difficult to control the littler ones from looking at the sun. So, yeah, we're ready for this eclipse.
Yeah.
The solar eclipse is when the moon covers the sun.
As time began to tick for the moon's complete passing of the sun, we spoke to meteorologist Wayne Neely, who gave us some disappointing news.
It was supposed to start initially at 1:34, and the maximum viewing would be at 3:05, and it was supposed to end at 4:25, but it doesn't look like the clouds are going to break anytime soon.
But while it remained fairly cloudy outside, it didn't stop our office here at Cable Bahamas from enjoying the event. Social media also got in on the fun, coming up with these hilarious memes. Reporting for our News, I'm April Sands.
Thanks so much, April. Still to come on our News, Obi Wilshcombe announces his PLP chairmanship bid, so stick around.